back now with a mental health to-do list. I love this new social media trend where medical professionals from all different fields are giving us the inside scoop and telling us the top 5 things that they recommend for their patients.
I love this. Dr. Laura Saunders from the Institute of Living is here to share her top 5 recommendations as a child psychologist. Happy Wednesday, Dr. Laura.
For us parents. Hi,
Hello,
Dr.
friends,
Laura.
and happy Wednesday.
How are you?
I am, well, I'm a little done with the gray days and rain, but
tomorrow.
hoping for better days ahead.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yes. It's true that we get gloomy on gray days, right? That's a psychological thing.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right, so we're talking about 5 tips here, 5 things
that you would recommend parents do if you just had a moment to sit down and tell us the 5. The first one I love, it's a good reminder for all of us in the world of Instagram and Pinterest that you just need to be a good enough parent and it's okay to make mistakes.
It's okay to make mistakes. So yes, I come up with the top 5 things, and this was really hard for me to pare down to top 5 things that I recommend to parents as a child and adolescent psychologist, right? We've all seen this trend on social media. I actually saw one yesterday. It was the top 5 things that a colorectal surgeon didn't want you to do. That was a very interesting one. So this is number 1. You actually just need to be a good enough parent. And that's like the psychological concept. It's called the good enough parent. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to apologize. It's okay to admit when you were wrong. The corrective action is actually what strengthens the relationship. Children need consistency and structure as much as possible, that it doesn't need to be perfect. Let your child know what you expect and have some understanding of development. So that's number 1. Number 2, supervision is critical to keep track of what your child is doing. And the corollary to that is privacy is not a right and trust is to be earned. I actually saw a meme last night from a teenage parent that said, my guideline is just don't do stupid things, right? So you just need to kind of keep some level of supervision, and you gauge that supervision based on your child's age and their ability level.
So what I want to dive in here for a second, before you go to number 3. Privacy is not earned, is a right. It has to be earned with trust. So teens will tell you, you're not allowed to look at my phone. You're not allowed to look in my room. You're not allowed.
Yes, I am.
So but I know you want us to not. I don't know. What do you say to that?
So it's a balance. It's a balance between, and parents need to kind of use their instincts, right? A 17-year-old gets a different level of privacy than a 13 or 14-year-old, and it's earned, right? So if you have really strong concerns and suspicions as a parent, then you say, I need to step in, and these are the reasons why. If you generally, it seems like things are going well, and remember, you look at the spheres of a child's life and you look at their ability to function. Are they doing okay in school? Does it seem like they're doing okay with friends or in their after-school activities? Are they generally reasonable at home, given the developmental guidelines of, teens get moodier and more difficult as they get a little older? So it's really looking for that information. I do think it's okay to, every once in a while, just kind of check on things.
All right, we have less than 2 minutes now to get to the other 3.
All right. Try to hold out as long as you can to get your child a smartphone. I have parents ask me this all the time. Try to wait to age 12 or 13 as the minimum. And sometimes that means corralling other parents to also hold out. Monitor screen time and what apps your child's using. Number 4, positive reinforcement is the most powerful way to change behavior. Oftentimes parents assume that, kids just know how to behave, but they need the guidelines. But throwing lots of consequences at your child is not what teaches them. Reinforce their positive behavior. They're doing something that is good. They're doing something that you want them to do. Mention that, give that attention, because positive reinforcement is far more powerful. And the number 5 way is to be the best role model that you can be. Your good habits and or your bad habits are far more powerful than the words that you use. And the more you can be the best role model again, back to number one, not a perfect role model, but be the best role model you can be. And that is what your children will pick up on.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Laura. Those are great tips.
Yes, and we're going to dive in more and get into each of those on Kara's Cures on the podcast. So make sure you're subscribing and listening, because we get a little more time to pick your brain, Dr. Laura Saunders.
Yes. I look forward to it.
Are you looking forward to the Love Boat tonight on CBS at 9?
Of course, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate it.